But we need to be very mindful of not storing things in plastic. So your drinking bottle, steel or glass, or I have one that I travel, and it's a hard plastic. And that hard plastic doesn't have the chemicals in it. You see, its molecular structure has a phenyl ring, and that phenyl ring unlocks the door to let the estrogen into the cell. So there are some chemicals today they're putting in plastics that have the phenyl ring. There's non or phenyl, is what makes the plastic soft so you can squeeze it. And another one is bisphenol A, or it's often called BPA. You know, the hard plastic. But notice what they all have. And that's why plastics, they're called xenoestrogens. That's estrogen mimickers. They mimic estrogen. They get into the estrogen receptor site. That's one of the reasons for this hormone imbalance epidemic that we're seeing is the exposure to the plastics. Did you know that the average person has thousands of microplastic particles in their brain? Studies have found that the brain accumulates more microplastics than any other organ, with some estimates suggesting up to a credit card's worth of plastic every week. These tiny particles don't just pass through. They can build up and lead to serious health issues over time. So the big question is, how can you remove these toxic microplastics from your body? What are the best ways to detox and protect your brain? Stay tuned as we break down the science behind microplastic exposure, the dangers they pose, flush them out of your system as we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win. Now let's get started. Microplastics are tiny particles that come from the breakdown of larger plastic items, or are manufactured at a small size for use in products. These small particles can enter the body through food, water, and even the air. That the brain can accumulate anywhere from 7 to 30 times more microplastics than organs such as the liver and kidneys. It has been estimated that the average person may carry around 7 grams of plastic in their brain. Over the course of their life, such numbers bring to light a growing concern about the burden of plastic on our health. The process begins when plastic waste is not properly recycled. Only 9% of plastic is recycled in the world today. The vast majority is either burned or ends up in our environment, with a large portion sinking to the bottom of the ocean. This creates a cycle where the environment is continuously contaminated, and the plastic breaks down into microplastics that eventually enter the food chain. When you look at everyday items, you might notice that plastic symbols on containers give the impression that the material can be reused or repurposed. However, is that economic factors make it more cost-effective for producers to create new plastic from fossil fuels, rather than investing in technologies that recycle mixed plastics effectively. Because of this system, plastic is almost everywhere. It has even found its way into the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. The situation is concerning since these microplastics are not just inert particles. They can carry chemicals that stick to proteins in your blood, sometimes known as forever chemicals. Over time, these substances build up a range of health issues. The growing load of plastics and chemicals in our bodies is something that many people do not often consider, even though the implications may be significant. When you consider that the brain accumulates more microplastics than many other organs, it becomes clear why detoxification is a topic worth your attention. The brain has its own system that works much like a cleaning service, removing waste and toxins. The constant influx of microplastics can overwhelm this natural process. The built-in cleaning mechanism of the brain is known as the lymphatic system. During sleep, the brain activates this system to clear away unwanted substances. High-quality deep sleep, therefore, is essential for clearing out toxins, including microplastics and their associated chemicals. In addition to sleep, your body has a process called autophagy. Autophagy is a natural method where cells remove damaged components and toxins. By going without food for a period around 18 hours or more, autophagy is triggered, which helps your cells clean themselves from the inside. Fasting in this way provides a means to clear some of the built-up plastic and harmful chemicals that have accumulated over time. When you fast, you give your body a chance to reset certain functions, helping the cells to dispose of waste material that might otherwise accumulate. Oxidative stress is another issue linked to the presence of microplastics and forever chemicals in the body. Oxidative stress occurs when harmful molecules damage cells, and this process is increased by the plastic load. A robust antioxidant system can help combat this stress. Including foods that are rich in sulfur can improve your body's antioxidant capacity. Garlic, onions, and cruciferous vegetables are excellent examples. By choosing these foods, mechanisms against the damage caused by these toxins. Supplements such as nasi, milk thistle, and TKA have also been mentioned by experts as helpful in promoting detoxification. While each of these has unique properties that support liver function and overall detox, the core idea is to support the body's natural processes rather than relying solely on external sources of treatment. Embracing these natural methods can contribute to reducing the overall load of microplastics in your system. Detoxification strategies and scientific approaches. When you look at detoxification strategies, it is useful to focus on what you can control in your daily life. The first step is to protect your brain by supporting the body's natural cleansing systems. Getting a consistent, high-quality deep sleep is one of the best ways to help your brain eliminate toxins. The lymphatic system in the brain becomes active during deep sleep, which is when much of the waste removal occurs. By creating a sleep-friendly environment, using comfortable bedding, limiting screen time before bed, and keeping a regular sleep schedule, you provide your brain with the opportunity to clean out unwanted substances. A key factor in supporting detoxification is the process of autophagy. This self-cleaning function is activated when your body goes through periods of fasting. You might try fasting for at least 18 hours on a regular basis. In doing so, down and remove damaged proteins and other waste, including microplastics. Fasting has been practiced in various forms for many years, and many people have experienced positive changes in their energy levels and overall health. As a result, oxidative stress remains a concern when it comes to microplastics. The presence of these particles can lead to an overproduction of reactive molecules that may damage cells. Strengthening your antioxidant defense is a practical approach to counter this stress. Focus on a diet that includes plenty of sulfur-rich foods, such as garlic and onions. You might also consider cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts. Contain compounds that support the body's natural ability to neutralize harmful molecules. In practical terms, meals in a variety of tasty ways. Supplements can be used to support these processes further. NAC properties is one option that many people have found useful, been used as a natural remedy for detoxification, particularly to support liver health. TKA, while less commonly discussed, is also mentioned as beneficial. The idea behind these supplements is not to serve as a cure-all, but rather to work in tandem with a healthy lifestyle to help your body deal with toxins. It is important to remember that each person's body is different, so it might be worth experimenting with these options to see which ones work best for you. When you examine the sources of plastic exposure in your everyday environment, you will notice that the plastic load comes from a variety of places. Many of the plastics you encounter are not obvious at first glance. For example, items like cutting boards, made from plastic, may seem harmless but can actually break down over time into tiny particles. Using a wooden cutting board instead of a plastic one can help reduce the number of microplastic particles that mix with your food. The same applies to dishwasher pods. The convenience of these pods might be appealing, but replacing them with alternatives that do not contain plastic can lower the overall exposure. Water is a major component of our daily lives, and it can be a significant source of microplastics, particularly if you live in an urban area. If you are using city water, consider investing in a high-quality water filter that is specifically designed to remove plastic particles. There are whole house units available that can reduce the plastic load significantly. When you purchase a water filter, look at reviews and performance metrics to make sure you are choosing one that meets your needs. Taking this step will help ensure that the water you drink is as free from plastic contamination as possible. Daily routines in the kitchen may unknowingly expose you to microplastics. Coffee filters are one example. Some coffee filters contain plastic, and switching to certified biodegradable filters can be a simple change that makes a difference. Sea salt is another everyday item that can be a source of plastic. Salt harvested from ancient seabeds rather than from modern ocean water tends to contain fewer plastic particles. If you are a tea drinker, check your tea bags. Many tea bags are sealed with plastic, so opting for varieties that use natural materials might lower your plastic intake. For parents, reducing plastic exposure in infant products is crucial. When it comes to baby bottles, safer option compared to plastic bottles. While finding completely plastic-free alternatives can be challenging, especially when it comes to items like bottle nipples made from silicone, using the best available materials is an important step. The packaging of food and beverages also contributes to your overall plastic load. Canned foods, for example, to protect the food from corrosion. Avoiding canned liquids and foods or choosing brands that use alternative packaging can reduce the intake of plastic particles. Even items that you might not suspect, such as dental floss. It may seem like a small detail, but over time these tiny exposures add up. Cookware is another everyday factor that deserves attention. Many non-stick pans contain Teflon, a coating that can degrade when heated and release microplastics into your food. Switching to stainless steel or ceramic cookware can significantly reduce your exposure. Similarly, microwave-safe containers often contain plastic, which can break down when heated. Choosing glass containers for storing and reheating food can help lower the risk of microplastics contaminating your meals. The key to managing microplastic exposure lies in being mindful of everyday practices. It is not necessary to completely overhaul your lifestyle overnight, but making incremental changes can have a cumulative effect on your overall health. Consider the products you use in your home, the water you drink, and the food you eat. Even small adjustments can lead to a reduced load of microplastics and forever chemicals in your body. These chemicals, which cling to proteins in your blood, tend to accumulate over time. When they build up, health issues increases. By taking steps to reduce your exposure, you are addressing the problem at its source. A significant factor in this effort is prevention. Modern medicine often focuses on screening and treatment once a problem is identified. In contrast, making conscious choices to avoid the issue altogether. By reducing your plastic load and supporting your body's natural detoxification processes, you can help prevent problems down the road. This proactive approach is a long-term investment in your health. It is a way of taking charge of your body and making decisions that reduce the risk of future complications. Let us explore some of the everyday practices that can contribute to lowering your plastic exposure. Changing your habits can be a gradual process, and you can start by focusing on one area at a time. Kitchen and food storage. Cutting boards made from plastic can break down over time. Replacing them with wooden alternatives is a straightforward step when preparing meals. Think about the potential sources of plastic that might be in contact with your food. Consider your coffee routine as well. Coffee filters made from plastic can shed particles into your brew. Switching to biodegradable or natural filters will reduce your plastic load. Sea salt, which might seem pure at first glance if it comes from modern ocean water. Opt for salt harvested from ancient seabeds instead. Packaging is another area of concern. Canned goods have a thin plastic lining that can leach plastics into your food. Choosing fresh or frozen items or seeking out brands with alternative packaging minimizes this exposure. When shopping, pay attention to the type of packaging used on everyday items. Products that are packaged in glass or metal are often preferable to those in plastic. Water and hydration. City water can carry microplastic particles. A water filter designed to remove small plastic fragments can be a worthwhile investment. There are whole-house filtration systems available that improve the quality of water coming from every tap in your home. Research products that have strong reviews from users who have successfully reduced plastic contaminants. Switching to stainless steel or glass water bottles is another important change. These bottles are free from the chemicals that might be found in plastic bottles and will keep your water safe from contamination. Personal care and household items. The items you use in your personal care routine may also be sources of microplastics. Toothbrushes made of plastic can be replaced with bamboo options that provide the same cleaning power without contributing to the plastic load. Dental floss sometimes contains plastic. Look for versions made with natural materials. Even household cleaning products have a role to play. Many sponges and scrubbers contain plastic fibers. Consider using alternatives that are plastic-free or made from natural materials. Baby care products deserve special attention as well. Baby bottles and feeding accessories can introduce microplastics into your child's diet. Breastfeeding, when possible. Bottle feeding is necessary. Look for products that minimize plastic components. Glass bottles and silicone nipples are preferable to those made entirely from plastic. Even items like tea bags, which are common in many households, have been found to contain plastic particles. Choosing loose-leaf tea or brands that use natural packaging can help lower your intake. Cookware and utensils. Many of the everyday items in your kitchen contribute to your overall exposure. Non-stick cookware, which often relies on plastic-based coatings, may release particles when heated. Stainless steel or ceramic options are safer and more durable choices. Similarly, plastic containers for heating food in the microwave. Glass or ceramic alternatives are better suited to withstand high temperatures without breaking down. These simple switches in your kitchen can make a measurable difference over time. The focus on everyday practices is not meant to create additional stress, but rather to provide manageable steps that gradually reduce your exposure to harmful substances. The goal is to build a lifestyle that naturally supports detoxification. By making informed choices, you take part in an ongoing effort to safeguard your health. Each step, or a shift in the way you store food, contributes to a lower accumulation of microplastics in your body. For those who are new to the concept of detoxification, the process might seem overwhelming at first. However, small, manageable changes can make it less intimidating. The idea is to focus on one change at a time, evaluate its impact, and then proceed to the next. A gradual transition to a plastic-reduced lifestyle may also help you feel more connected to the process. It is not a race. It is a journey toward improved well-being, supporting your body's natural systems. Your body has built-in methods to rid itself of toxins. The lymphatic system in the brain is one such mechanism that is activated during deep sleep. Taking steps to improve the quality of your sleep can have a direct impact on how efficiently your brain cleans itself. Establish a sleep routine by keeping a regular bedtime and creating a comfortable sleeping environment. These changes can support the brain's cleansing process without demanding significant effort on your part. Fasting is another natural way to stimulate detoxification. By going without food for a period, typically around 18 hours, the process by which your cells eliminate damaged components. The benefits of autophagy extend to many areas of health, including the removal of accumulated toxins. Have not experimented with fasting before? Consider discussing a plan with someone who has experience or a professional who understands your health background. Starting slowly can help you adjust to the new routine and reap the benefits over time. A diet rich in sulfur-containing foods strengthens the body's antioxidant systems. Foods like garlic and cruciferous vegetables help neutralize harmful molecules created by oxidative stress. Introducing these foods into your diet is not only beneficial for detoxification, but also adds variety and flavor to your meals. Experiment with different recipes that incorporate these ingredients and see which ones you enjoy the most. The use of natural supplements such as nasi and milk thistle can further support your detoxification efforts. While they are not miracle solutions, they work in harmony with the body's natural processes. It is important to adopt a balanced approach by combining dietary changes, improved sleep, fasting practices, and the use of supportive supplements. Over time, these combined efforts help reduce the overall burden of toxins, including microplastics and associated chemicals. Every small change in your lifestyle can add up. For instance, replacing a plastic cutting board with a wooden one, switching from plastic water bottles to glass or stainless steel, and choosing biodegradable coffee filters are steps that contribute to a cleaner, healthier environment for your body. You may not notice dramatic changes overnight, but consistency matters. Each choice reinforces the goal of lowering the accumulation of harmful substances. The notion of detoxifying the brain is not about achieving perfection in every aspect of your life. It is about making conscious decisions that reduce the intake of harmful microplastics and supporting the body's natural systems to remove them. With time, these choices can lead to a lower risk of potential health issues in the future. Reducing exposure and supporting detoxification work hand in hand, contributing to better overall health. You have the power to shape your environment and your habits. By taking a critical look at everyday products and practices, you can make informed decisions that protect your health. The simple act of replacing items that contribute to your plastic load is an investment in your future. With clear steps to follow, work toward a lifestyle that minimizes exposure and supports your body's natural detoxification. Thanks for watching. Microplastics are everywhere, but with the right steps, you can help your body clear them out. Prioritize deep sleep, try fasting, and choose cleaner food and water sources to reduce your exposure. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe for more content on health and wellness. Stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.